His Excellency the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by the Chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum, His Excellency Governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdurazak. Our hosts, our amiable Governor, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, other Executive Governors here present. Please permit me to stand on the already established protocols because I've not been here for so long. I stand here as a son of the North, proudly happy and excited to be here this afternoon. It is indeed a great privilege for me to stand before you, before this wonderful house, at this time, at this day. It is indeed a great honor and a privilege, and we will never take it for granted. It can only be God that we are from where we are for where we are today. And we remain ever grateful to God Almighty and for our president for also considering us worthy for this appointment. And we hold it in trust, committing ourselves that we will never let the North down, we will never let Nigeria down, we will not let ourselves down. Whatever it takes for us to succeed, we are ready, we are committed, and we will do it, and we'll continue to do it. We will stay awake 24/7 to ensure that the North is free, Nigeria is secured, and any enemy of the state, we will go after him and will continue to do that until there is total peace and tranquility in our dear country, Nigeria. I thank everyone for the support we're getting. We couldn't have achieved this without the support of every Nigerian. I want to say this clearly, that we are all victims. We are all victims because Nigeria, the world is a global village. Whatever is affecting our neighbors has direct effect on what goes on here. So we are not isolated. But what it means is that we must unite together as boom to fight the enemy of the state. Anyone who is contributing one way or the other to the downfall of our dear country is the enemy of the state, and we must face him clearly and squarely, and we will defeat him. It is a distinct honor and privilege to participate in this two-day interactive session on government-citizen engagement organized by the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation, a credible custodian of visionary leadership and governance dialogue in northern Nigeria. This gathering is particularly significant as it benchmarks the dividends of the current administration in the area of security with regard to northern Nigeria. Halfway through the current administration, this forum is an opportunity to evaluate our national security progress. As the Chief of Defense Staff, I will, together with my other teammates, highlight the gains in respect of national security. The National Security Advisor has already done justice to that, so I'll just gloss through it quickly. Now, what are the gains? Since the assumption in 2023, the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies, based on presidential directive, through a strategy of jointness, because for the first time we wanted to ensure that we work together as a team, respecting each other, knowing that whatever it is we're doing, we are all Nigerians, and this country is our own, and we must protect it. Integrated command in line with clearly defined leadership concept that is hinged on professionalism, jointness, people-centrism, and collective actions. We understand that as security agencies, wherever we are protecting, if the people are not happy with what we are doing, then we are not succeeding. And so whatever we want to do, we have told our commanders, they must ensure they carry the people within the communities. They must protect them. It is not to harm anybody. We are only after the bad guys. And bad guys means those perpetrating those acts and those supporting them. Because like the Hausa proverb said, Abokin Barao, Baraoni. And in our own context, if we're coming after a criminal and we find out that you are part of him, you are the one supply him fuel, supply him food, supply him whatever thing that keeps him going, you are also a bandit, you are also a terrorist. So our prayer is nobody should allow himself to be used in whatever form. It is very, very important and it's very clear. And that is the only way we can take them out, because the terrorists and the bandits live within us. If we continue to provide this support to them, they will continue to thrive. If we deny them, they will fizzle out or they will die because they can't survive without us. So I think it's very clear for us to have that understanding. We have done a lot of establishments of the Defense Department training, establishment of the Joint Doctrine Command, all Special Forces Command. Now, the critical aspect we have realized in asymmetric warfare, because you are dealing with the communities and because the terrorists also thrive within the communities, Security is not only about combat also, but about relationships. Under our leadership, community sports competitions have been launched. Radicalization in northern Nigeria, we want to make sure that our youth especially are fully engaged throughout. While growing up in Sokoto, we had opportunities, we had secondary school sport, primary school sport, university games. All through the years, we're engaged. And so you don't have time to do any acts of criminality. But nowadays, you find that it is important because of social media. You as a parent, you are struggling so hard to teach your children, but you don't know that they are communicating with somebody 10,000 kilometers away, and you don't know what they are telling them. It is important that we engage this youth so that we don't give them time. We have farms. We must engage them and make them productive. And I think those are things we have to go. Engagement with state governments and traditional rulers to bridge governance gaps and promote peace have also been continued. Furthermore, interaction with media and the public on security issues have increased public awareness and reduced the security challenges through a whole of society approach. Everyone has a role to play in this drive in making peace in the north, in making peace in Nigeria. Nobody should be neglected. And nobody should think he doesn't have anything to contribute. Whatever you see that is wrong, report, even of our own personnel, so that action could be taken. And that's the only way we can move forward. This engagement included lecture on assessing of securities in northern Nigeria. We have gone around to ABU's area, to a wide audience of northern scholars and allies, as well as hosting the Nigerian Forces Games in 2024, which are held in Kaduna. We will continue to do this to continue these interactions. These interactions have helped to create situations where communities understand what the armed forces are doing, and now everybody knows that you must take the ownership of the armed forces because you are the one paying the taxes. It's from our taxes that we're being paid. So we're answerable to you wherever we are. Now, how did we do this? We created a unified command in the Northwest and extension of forward operating capacities in the North. Under our watch, the destruction of Operation Hadarin Daji and Wild Punch into Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Fansanyama in the Northwest. This unified theater approach ensures more coherent, fast-reacting, and synergized efforts across the affected states. We have also established multiple forward operating bases and new sectors in high-risk zones. In this regard, we established 2 Defense Special Forces brigades in Kaduna and Niger State, alongside 2 National Mission Force brigades trained for high-readiness employment. We are doing everything possible to ensure that we position our men properly so that they can react. With the land size of over 923,000 square kilometers, Nigeria is massive. With our population, with our strengths, we cannot be everywhere, but we have Nigerians all over. And that's why it's important for every Nigerian to also be part of the security architecture. Whatever you see that is wrong, please don't hesitate to report so that actions can be taken. It is very, very important. We also extended Operation Hadinkai to an additional sector over the Mubi axis because Hong area, the areas are coming up. Emphasis on the Nigerian-Cameroon border, Operation Fansanyama, to have an additional sector 3 to cover parts of Kwara State. We are doing that to ensure that wherever we see any threats coming in, we try to address it as quickly as possible. Furthermore, the Special Operations Command of the Navy was established with headquarters in Makurdi, Benue State, as well as other naval forward operating bases. Our Air Force has continued to dominate the airspace, and I can tell you fully that our Air Force is doing remarkably well. And we want to continue to encourage them with our support. Now, in the Air Force, what we realize most times is we allow the bandits and the terrorists to also mingle within us. We have seen situations where people carry food to them, carry even soft drinks, carry so many things to go and give them because you think you are making profit, forgetting the fact that they are killing innocents, and you too, you are part of it. And that's why we need to sensitize the locals to understand that in no way should they ever give support to any bandits, to any terrorists. They must not support them because if we don't support them, they cannot thrive, they will not survive. I guarantee you that. Now, in the issue of equipment modernization, because what we realize is, even with our monies, you cannot go off the shelf and buy an APC. You cannot go and get an aircraft. You have to go and order for it. Sometimes they tell you have to wait 3 years before you get them. The president has signed a bill, DACOM bill last year, that enabled us now to partner with original equipment manufacturers to produce some of these equipments in Nigeria. And we have encouraged local companies, and we're also opening it to business people, entrepreneurs. Please let us also go into it. It is not only buying and selling. We should go into productive sectors. We have some companies, even here in Kaduna, that are producing APCs, producing MRAPs, we must encourage them to produce what we need. It is the only way we can do forward. And when we do that, we become suppliers, we have employment for our youths, we have foreign exchange that is going to be saved, and then we can sell also to our own neighbors. So it's a win-win thing. And I think I want to encourage us to continue to do that. Now, for the Air Force, the President has approved the procurement of several equipment. We have Agusta 109 tracker helicopters, T-129 attack helicopters, Beechcraft aircraft. So many drones have been procured. So many things have been brought just to make sure that we address the security situation that is happening on ground. Our operations have also resulted in the recovery of over thousands of assorted arms, over 72,000 rounds of ammunition, all over. Now, what we realize is because our borders are porous, we have a challenge. And that's why I want to call on border communities, that they must rise up to the responsibility. Looking the other way and allowing people to just walk into Nigeria is doing us most harm. The belt, the Sahelian belt, is open with no control, no command and control, no leadership. So there's movement of light arms and small weapons. The Sahel, we know, especially with Niger, Chad, Burkina Faso, and Mali. The challenges they are facing, gentlemen, if we allow those challenges to overwhelm them, the target is Nigeria. And we must have that clearly. So for the border communities, they must understand that we must not give those guys a place to stay. One mistake we always do, because of our very, very large hearts, we tend to say anybody coming from outside is our friend, is our colleague. No. Because to us, they are friends. To them, we're enemies. And that's where I think we need to really reorientate ourselves on how we treat our neighbors. Let us look at them. Anybody coming in, let us know what is he coming in with? What is his intention? Or else it's going to eat us up. And I think that is very, very important that we need to go. With our neighbors, we're doing everything possible to work. Militarily, we're working together with Niger, with Mali, with Burkina Faso. The threats are coming in closer. The last attack that happened in Benin Republic happened just 50 kilometers to Nigerian border. And that is dangerous because once we allow that area to fall, next is they are moving southward. So we don't want that to happen. But the only way we can stop is all of us working together, supporting each other, and making it impossible for them to try. In recent years, the armed forces of Nigeria have successfully returned a significant number of original displaced communities in homes and livelihoods because we feel the only way we can show that we're succeeding is when citizens can go back to their respective communities and live as citizens within their communities. So we're working towards this all one. Within the Cameroon border, because of the fight with the Ambazonian, a lot of weapons are coming in through there. So efforts are working with the DSS, with the police, and everybody to ensure that we stop that. We have made several arrests. We have arrested several people that you will never imagine that will be part of it are doing it because they think they're making money. And those kind of monies will not take you anywhere because we know one day you will die, and then God, you will go there and explain why you took part in such things. I visited Niger Republic last year just to show that we don't have anything against our neighbors. We don't have nothing. All that rumor about Nigeria fighting Niger is not true. Right from the beginning, we knew it was not going to be possible. All we wanted was for them to restore back democracy. That was all. And so it is very important for us to continue to work together because we share 1,500 kilometers with Niger Republic. When I was the theater commander in the Northeast, the Nigerian troops were my best allies. So there was no way we could fight each other. And as I speak, we're working together with them, working with the Cameroonians, with the Benin Republic, with Chad, and all together because as Africans, we are the ones to bring a solution to our own problems, not anybody else. Because nobody will love us more than ourselves. And we must unite together to work to do that. And to do that again, we are also planning on conducting for the first time, a maiden edition of African Chiefs of Defense Conference to be held here in Nigeria sometime in August. That is being worked out because we believe it is only when we discuss truthfully within ourselves that we'll find solutions to our own issues. Allowing other people to sponsor all these conferences with us, they will tell you what they want you to do. But together, if we continue to work, we will do that. My last call is my appeal. As Nigerians, first, we must love ourselves. We must love our country. Like one of the speakers mentioned here. Sometimes you feel so bad when you hear somebody talking ill about his country, talking ill about your leaders. They are there to serve you. If they are not doing it rightly, call them to order and tell them what you want them to do. But we must engage each other. We must continue. And for the North, and particularly, unity of purpose is very important. Our governor here in Kaduna State has shown that once there's that unity and fair play in everything, you will see peace will transform. And that's what we preach everywhere. We must come together as Nigerians. God has a purpose for putting us here together. He did not put us here to destroy ourselves. He put us here to work together and to understand ourselves better. And I'm sure working together hand in hand, we will succeed. Thank you very much. God bless you.